In this video, I'm going to share with you the truth about online business and how everything you may have been led to believe may not be true at all. Let's get to it. Alright, so when it comes to starting, to building, to growing an online business, there's a lot of myths and misconceptions out there. Things that you need to be involved in e-commerce, or you need to do drop shipping, or of course you have the service delivery model and all of these different models, and every single person seems to subscribe to one school of thought or another. And this really is the very first myth that I want to tackle, and that is there is no one-size-fits-all business model when it comes to having an online business. The reality is an online business is just a business that's online. Now, when it comes to businesses, there's a ton of different models available. So it's crazy to think that you're going to be able to just randomly pick this one is better than that one, or that one's better than that one. The reality is all of them can work. The real key, the real secret is finding the one that's going to work best for you, for your lifestyle, for your attitude, for your beliefs, for your skill sets, for your interests, rather than trying to go out there and trying to pick one simply based on what everybody else is telling you, which really is going to lead you down a path of unhappiness and unfulfillment and essentially doing a whole bunch of things that you don't really enjoy. All right, so what are the available business models when it comes to online business? Well, the reality is there's a ton. In fact, there's probably too many to list here. You can do service-based businesses like digital marketing agencies or online coaching, online consulting, basically anything like that. You can do product-based businesses like e-commerce or drop shipping or Amazon or anything like that. The real key is finding where your interests are most aligned. Do you want to work with people? Do you not want to work with people? Do you want to have more money now or more money later or a greater payoff later? Regardless though, you're going to need to put in the work. And in my experience of working with a number of different online businesses and owning a number of them myself, if I'm willing to play the long game, and when I'm willing to play the long game, because I'm always willing to play the long game, that's when I get the biggest payoffs. Anytime that I see someone looking for that quick hit of cash, that quick win, they're the ones that almost always lose. And they tend to ping pong all around these different businesses, always looking for the perfect unicorn online business model. So they might be doing drop shipping this month. They might do e-commerce the next month. They might do Amazon the month after that. They might do a client business or start a digital marketing agency or do social media marketing, whatever it is. They never seem to stick with one, and they're always blaming the model rather than blaming the fact that they need to put in more time and more energy into it. So, takeaway point on that one, make sure you're choosing the right business model for you, for your skills, and for your interests. All right, the next thing that we need to talk about is this whole lifestyle thing, and we're going to use some massive air quotes on that one because the reality is there is no perfect lifestyle for an online business. Again, just like with choosing the right business model, you have to choose the right lifestyle for you. For example, I live in Canada on the West Coast. I have a visa that allows me to work and live in the States. I've traveled all over the world. I've lived in the United Kingdom. I've lived in North Africa. I've lived in France and in Paris. Been all over the place, can really live. Oh, we've got an airplane. Hang on one sec. Where we can see them. All right, airplane's gone. Essentially, I've lived all over the world, and I have the opportunity and the option to choose to live wherever I want. And I've chosen here. It's a relatively small town on the West Coast. Access to snowboarding, access to world-class mountain biking, access to surfing. Really just a great place to live. But many of my friends, many of my colleagues will be bored to tears here. They need the excitement of downtown New York City. They want Los Angeles. They want, I don't know, traffic for whatever reason, but they want different things, and that's totally okay. The key is you've got to choose the right lifestyle for you. And while we're on the topic of lifestyle, let's also talk about work-life balance. I'm married. I've got 3 little kids, 3 little boys, all 5 years and under. So life is pretty busy. That said, I love my work. I absolutely love working. So for me, a work-life balance does hover around that 40, 50, maybe 60 hours a week, but I cap it out there. On the other hand, I've got friends that live in Bali and they want to work 2 hours a day at most and just spend their time surfing. And that's okay too. The key is you've got to find the right business model for you, you've got to find the right lifestyle for you, and then you've got to try to design your business around that accordingly. There's no point in trying to build a multi-6-figure or a 7-figure or an 8-figure business if it absolutely destroys you in the process. It kills your will to work, kills your will to even enjoy your life. So you've got to make sure that what you're doing is in alignment with your true core values. Now, with that said, one of the biggest reasons that online businesses fail is because because entrepreneurs don't treat them like true businesses. This means, especially in the early days, you're going to need to put in probably an inordinate amount of work and effort and blood and sweat and tears into your business to really building it up to its true potential. All right, now another kind of elephant in the room, especially when it comes to online business, and I know that you watching this don't fall into this camp, but there is this myth or this false perception of the get-rich-quick thing or the overnight success or anything like that. No secret that in the early days of my business, I was working 12, 14, 16 hours a day. I did it 7 days a week, and I did this for years on end. Now, granted, I made a lot of mistakes, and I could have worked a lot smarter instead of a lot harder, but this was necessary to sort of build up that callus, build up the muscle of being able to put in long hours and really grind it out when things got tough. Now, granted, working these long hours, making the sacrifices, it probably cost me more than it should have. There was a lot of relationships that were damaged along the way that took extra time and extra maintenance to repair and to try to reinvest in. That said, if you want to be successful, if you want to build a really profitable online business, you do have to treat it like a business, which means putting yourself into it, diving in full time and really taking it seriously. Still, to this day, I invest at least minimum 1 hour every single day in studying, in learning, in trying to improve my craft and in trying to get better at what I do. So if you want to be successful in your online business, do be ready, be prepared to put in those hours and to make those sacrifices, cutting out late nights and really giving that up for early mornings and a lot less time spent kind of having fun or kind of wasting your life away and a lot more time dedicating and investing yourself in towards your business. All right, so we've talked about the myths of online business. We've talked about what it takes to be successful. We've talked about lifestyle balance, and yet how you're going to have to put in a ton of time and a ton of work up front in order to build up your business to this level. But the thing that I really want to leave you with, that I really want to hammer home, is that having an online business is a whole lot like having a choose your own adventure book. You ever read those books as a kid where you're kind of reading through and you get to page 7 and it says, all right, if you want to go rescue the princess, turn to page 27. And if you just want to sit on the couch and eat Cheetos, turn to page 47. Online business is a whole lot like that. I mean, you really have the choice. You can go rescue the princess or rescue the prince or save the day or storm the castle or whatever you want, or you can sit at home and eat Cheetos. Regardless, both of them are going to end up in very different outcomes, unsurprisingly. But the beauty is, the choice is yours. You have the option, you have the choice to choose whichever path is right for you. Very important that you don't listen to coaches or to mentors or to consultants or to gurus who are preaching something that's not in alignment with what you're trying to get. In fact, I think it took the whole video to really get to this point, and yet this is the most important point of the whole thing. If you're going to take lessons from somebody, make sure that you're learning from somebody who is living the life or achieving the results that you actually want to achieve. There's no point in trying to emulate or to copy somebody else's success, to model their business model, to model their lifestyle, to model their work habits, if that's not what you even want. So let me turn it over to you. What kind of lifestyle do you want? What kind of business do you have right now? Are you happy with it? Are you satisfied with it? Let me know in the comments below. What is your business? Where are you living? What kind of a life are you living right now? And what do you really want to achieve in the months and years to come? Also, one of the most important parts of running an online business is having a solid foundation of marketing experience, marketing understanding, marketing knowledge, which is why the next thing you're going to want to do is check out the video I have linked up right here on Introduction to Marketing. So make sure to check that out now, and I'll see you in the next episode. Because I fell in love with marketing years ago when I first got interested in figuring out why people buy and act the way they do, and later how to influence and persuade, essentially affect human behavior.